Adding mixed numbers is just like adding fractions. The only difference is you now have a whole number to add and a fraction to add. Same thing if you were subtracting. You would have whole numbers to subtract and then fractions to subtract. I personally like to go ahead and take care of my whole numbers because I'm afraid if I don't add the whole numbers first, I might forget to come back and get them. That's my preference. You may decide you like to work the fraction first. That'll just be totally up to your preference. So the first one we're going to work is number 1. 5 plus 6 would be what, class? 11. So I've taken care of my whole numbers. 5 plus 6 is 11. Now I have to go over to my fraction. What are the denominators on my two fractions? 9 and 12. Which one's larger, class? 12. Will 9 go into 12 equally? No. Now I have two options. I can say 9 times 12. What is 9 times 12?
96.
Is 9 times 12 96?
108.
108. Is 108 a big number?
Yes.
Usually if you get a large number, there's going to be a number smaller that can work. So I like to multiply, but when I multiply and get a large number like 108, in my mind I think I bet there's a number smaller than 108 that both 9 and 12 will go into. Gavin, what do you think they could both go into that's smaller?
36.
He says 36. Let's check and see. Let's say our 12s. 12, what would come next? 24, 36, 48, 60. Now let's say our 9s. 9, 18, 27, 36. So did they truly have 36 in common? Yes. So can I use 36? Would it make more sense to use 108 or 36? Because it's smaller. If I start with 108, I would have to do a whole lot of simplifying. So let's start with 36. Put a 36 by both your denominators. Ask yourself, 9 times what is 36? 4. And whatever you times that denominator by, you times the numerator by. 2 times 4 is 8. And then on the top, 12 times what is 36? 3. And 9 times 3 is 27. Now are my denominators the same?
Yes.
I have a 36 on both of them. And then I add 27 plus 8. What is 27 plus 8?
35.
So my final answer, don't forget your whole number. Don't forget your whole number. Your final answer is 11 and 35 out of 36. Now, 11 and 35 out of 36 is bigger than 11, but not quite 12. 11 and 35 out of 36 is more than 11, but do they have 12 yet? No. Think about, picture in your mind. If you have 35 out of 36, do you have almost none of them or almost all of them? Almost all of them. So if I were to round, that would round up to 12. So they had about 12. Any questions so far? Let's do the next one. What should I take care of first? What should I take care of first on number 2? Okay, what is 2 plus 1? 3. So I'm going to put down my 3. And then what should I look at next? Denominators. My denominators are a 10 and a 5. Okay, which one's larger?
10.
Will 5 go into 10?
Yes.
So we're going to use 10 as our denominator. 10 times what is 10?
1.
And whatever you times the numerator by, the denominator by, you times the numerator by. 7 times 1 is 7. And then I go up to the top. 5 times what is 10?
2.
And whatever you times that denominator by, you times that numerator by. 1 times 2 is 2. Are my denominators the same now?
Yes.
What are they both?
10.
They're both 10. So what do I do with the 7 and 2?
Add
7 plus 2 is?
9.
So my final answer is 3 and 9/10. Again, 3 and 9/10 is more than 3, but not quite how many? Not quite how many?
4.
4. But if I had 9 out of 10, do I almost have 4?
Yeah.
Yes, because if you have 9 of the 10, you almost have all of them. Next one, look at number 3. What do I need to add first?
Whole numbers.
What are my whole numbers?
3.
3 plus 3 is?
6.
Okay, and then I'm going to look at my denominators. What are my denominators?
8 and 2.
8 and 2. Which one's larger?
8.
8 is larger. Okay, will 2 go into 8?
Yes.
So my denominator is going to be 8. Sorry, I changed my pen and now I can't read it. 8 times what is 8?
1.
3 times 1 is? 2 times what is 8?
1.
And 1 times 4 is? 4. What is my denominator? 8. It's the same. I'm going to keep it. And then I'll add the top. 4 plus 3 is?
7.
So my final answer is 6 and 7/8. 6 and 7/8. Let's do number 4 together. And then I'll let you try number 5 on your own. Number 4, what do I need to add first?
Whole numbers.
What is 7 plus 4?
11.
11. Can everybody get that step? Take care of it first when you're adding. Now go to your denominators. What are my denominators?
2 and 9.
2 and 9. Which one's larger? 9. Will 2 go into 9 equally? No, it will not. So what can I do with 9 and 2 to find a denominator?
Multiply.
What is 9 times 2?
18.
Is 8 a really big number?
No.
Will it be okay to use?
Yes.
Yes, so we're going to use 18 as our denominator. Okay, ask yourself, 2 times what is 18? 9. And then I times 1 by 9. 1 times 9 is? 9 times what is 18?
2.
3 times 2 is? 6. Are my denominators the same?
Yes.
So I keep my 18, and 9 plus 6 is?
15.
Now, everybody look real close at 11 and 15/18. Everybody look real close. One thing I forgot to say was make sure your answer is as low as it will go. I know that 9/10 is as low as it'll go because they're side by side. I know 7/8 is as low as it'll go because it was side by side. But when I get to 15/18, I need to decide if it's as low as it'll go. Gavin, what do you think?
It's not. You can divide by 3.
You can divide them both by 3. Now let me give you a hint. Remember I said start with your numerator. Will 15 go into 18 equally?
No.
No. So I said if your numerator don't work, try 2. Will 2 go into both of those?
No.
How do you know 2's not going to work?
They're not both even.
They're not both even. And my saying was if 2 don't work, go ahead and try 3. Will 3 go into 15?
Yes.
So keep your whole number. 3 will go into 15 how many times? 5. And 3 will go into 18 how many times?
6 times.
So my final answer is 11 and 5/6. Let's check number 5. Hopefully you had time to work it. Let's check it together. 9 plus 8 is?
17.
17. Look at your denominators. You have a 9 and a 3. Which one is larger? 9. Will 3 go into 9? Yes. So my common denominator will become 9. Ask yourself, 9 times what is 9?
1.
And whatever you times that by, you times your numerator by. 1 times 1 is? Okay. 3 times what is 9? 3. 2 times 3 is? 6. So I add. 6 plus 1 is? Over 9. So my final answer is 17 and 7/9. Any questions about that one? Now I'm going to work number 6 with you and we will stop here for the day. You will finish these for homework, but 6 adds 6 adds a different step. So let's work it. What is 7 plus 6? 13. Look at your denominators. What are your two denominators? 4 and 8. Which one's larger?
8.
Will 4 go into 8?
Yes.
So we're going to use it. 8 times what is 8?
1.
6 times 1 is? 4 times what is 8? 3 times 2 is? Okay. My denominator is 8. 6 plus 6 is?
12.
Now,
Improper.
I just created a mixed number that contains an improper fraction. 12 over 8 is improper. I have to keep my 13, but I also have to convert 12 over 8. So go ahead and circle your 13 so you don't forget it. Circle it so you don't forget it. Go over to the side and divide 12 divided by 8. How many times will 8 go into 12? 1 times 8 is 8. I subtract and get a remainder of 4. Everybody with me? Now, do your backwards C. How many whole times is it going to go?
1.
How many's left over?
4.
Out of?
8.
Now look at 1 and 4 eighths. Is it as low as it'll go? No. Can I simplify that?
Yes.
What will go into both? Keep your 1. What will go into both 4 and 8? 2 and 4. So if 2 and 4 both work, which one should I start with? 4. How many times will 4 go into 4? How many times will 4 go into 8? So, look what just happened. I had how many to start with?
13.
And then I got how many more?
1 and 1.
So what's 13 plus 1?
14.
And then what's your fraction?
14 and 1/2.
So your final answer is 13 and 1/2. Do not forget, when you get a whole number, you keep it, but then you convert your improper fraction to a mixed number, and you had to add that mixed number to the whole. So you got 1.5. So you already had 13. 13 plus 1 is 14.5.